If you guys have been keeping up with the Will Smith situation, things have been spiraling for him for a very long time. AI images of his tour. I was hoping that he was getting himself back together, but then he started rapping again, and it just wasn't good, bro. But anyway, let's get into the vid. Let's see what's going on now. Things are getting worse for Will Smith.
After Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscar ceremony, his life has slowly started to crumble.
Before March 2022, Will Smith seemed to be unstoppable. He had already been a Hollywood A-list.
No, things started going down when his wife cucked him. Listen, your wife is an extension of you. You know what I mean? So you getting cucked out by your wife, by your son's, cucked out by your wife that hooked up with your son's friend, it ain't good, brother. It ain't good. And then on top of all of that, that nigga gay now. August Alsina, he's gay now. He's like, he likes men. I'm pretty sure he's in a relationship with a man right now. So your wife got cucked out by a dude that didn't even like women, bro. You're cooked. You gotta leave your wife now, bro. You gotta leave your wife. Anywho.
For decades, with his films grossing well over $9 to $10 billion globally. He had the ability to carry some of the great blockbusters like I Am Legend, Hancock, and don't forget Men in Black. Don't forget in 2021, his performance as Richard Williams in King Williams won him a Golden Globe and a Screen Actor Guild's Award.
Damn!
He had built a reputation as the Fresh Prince turned global superstar.
And the thing is, though, after his wife did that, he started to bounce back. Because I'm pretty sure that movie was after all that happened. But then slapping Chris Rock just took him from the slow climb that he did to the pits of hell, bro. So he shouldn't have did that. That was just bad plays, bro. Let your wife be mad. She crazy. She cheating on you with a dude that don't even like women, bro. Like, come on, gang.
Just the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, y'all. He was also a rapper. That's right, by the name of Will Smith. Amassing up to $350 million, reflecting both his film earnings and other ventures. Even in his 50s, he still had real momentum. He had other projects lined up, like Emancipation, in which he starred and produced with Apple Studios in a high-profile, cost-intensive deal. Fast forward! Then Will Smith messed around and found out and slapped Chris Rock.
What?
Ever since then, Will Smith's trajectory has been a horror story. Before then, many of us have always criticized him for being with Jada Pinkett and basically being a simp, especially allowing her to do you-know-what with you-know-who in their open relationship. But also, he was expressing his love all the time for her, while at the same time being disrespected.
Like, it's so toxic at this point. To sit down at the round table year after year and try to give people relationship advice, and you've been separated the whole time? Child, glue ain't keeping y'all together. Love ain't keeping y'all together. You both realize that it's cheaper to keep her. You said it yourself.
But then life goes on, right?
That's facts. Will Smith probably is staying with her because she gonna take half his bread. She gonna take half his bread. And let's be 100% honest with ourselves. Jada without Will ain't nothing. She ain't nothing without Will, bro. Nothing. Jada Pinkett Smith, she ain't doing bro. And that's the thing, like, she need to understand that. I don't know if she thinks she made Will. You didn't make Will, shorty. Like, but I guess maybe she wants him to leave and take half his shit so she can go be with the next dude. But that's what he should let her do at the end of the day if that's the case, bro. Be happy, bro. Choose yourself. Anywho.
After the slap, Will Smith was banned from attending ceremonies for like 10 years, okay? But still, he came back in Bad Boys, Ride or Die 2024, and that did see some commercial success. But what was all bad was this down badass album called Based on a True Story. Now, this is his first released studio album in 20 years, and the album was, deeply personal, reflecting introspection around the Oscar incident. However, did the album do good? Hell no. That album was terrible.
Woo!
It failed to chart in major markets beyond some downloads in the United Kingdom. And then there was this particular video. You know, the fake AI video in
That
which
was
he was
insane.
supposedly like performing in front of what appeared a massive
Super cutesers.
adoring crowd. But no, Will Smith. Got him! Fan noticed the glitches, the blurred faces.
And not you coming up here making me look all pale because you want to be all, you know, tanned and shit. You know what I mean? You need to stop it.
We tanned at the same time.
Okay, I know that. I'm sorry I didn't tan as much as you. All right?
Because you don't have enough pigment in your skin.
All right, bro. I'm all right, bro. All right, bro.
All the sign changes and all of this.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
Will Smith was out there trying to buy the attention. And now things are getting worse. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett had been seen for a long time, but just last week they were saw at the celebrity hotspot called Nobu. It's in Malibu. And so most people don't go there unless you want to be packed.
There's Nobus all over the place, not just in Malibu. You know what I'm saying?
In other words, you don't want to go there unless the paparazzi or the news is there. And so that indicates one thing. Will Smith is desperate for a comeback. Not only him, but Jada Pinkett. Now, you know her book bombed not too long ago, and Will Smith is just not doing well. And now the whole world is talking about it.
Well, the ill will towards this couple is enormous, and you can kind of understand it with, with some of the stuff Jada Pinkett Smith has done. But with Will Smith, it was really that one incident. It was a big incident at the Oscars where he slapped Chris Rock for just making a joke. But his fall from grace, I don't think I've seen anything like it in the celebrity world.
The lady is saying she's never seen a celebrity fall from grace in this particular way.
Bro, I said this before, bro. Will Smith was one of the biggest people in the world, bro. I watched the YouTube video, like an interview of him, and they're driving around. I forgot who was with, but he's driving around, and some people were having a wedding, and he walked into their wedding, bro, unannounced. And they're like, oh my God, it's Will Smith. And they were happy and invited him into their wedding, bro. And he started taking pictures in their wedding. Like, Will Smith was on top of the world. And she broke it, bro. She crumbled everything, bro, because she wanted to sleep with a younger dude and then admit it. It's one thing she cheats on you. You probably know. Nobody else knows. You have to deal with it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? But for her to also admit it to the world, you just got cucked in front of the whole world. That's what did it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's like I can't forgive him for forgiving her. And maybe that's a me problem. Maybe I have an issue. Maybe I have some things I need to work through myself. Maybe I need some therapy. But Will Smith, you killed your career when you stayed with Shorty. You know what I'm saying? Let me put my goggles on, bro. My therapy goggles. Damn, it's just crooked.
But then there's more.
I think it's because it was so, it contradicted who he was so completely. We thought that he was everyone's best friend. We thought he was the happiest, happy-go-lucky. And he's the same guy that refused to curse in his music. Cursing in his music would have made him even cooler. He refused to. So it was hard for us to digest. I think we were incredibly disappointed.
I think the world realized he wasn't as cool as we thought he was, because he didn't curse in his music. Not that makes you corny, but we realized he was corny, bro. And his wife sees it. His wife saw him as corny, bro. His wife went and slept with her son's friend, bro. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that. If you got cheated on by some random motherfucker, okay. You got cheated on by your son's friend. And she did it, and then she told the world, you're goofy. You're corny. You're not him no more. You're not Himothy. You can't be Himothy. And if you were him, you would have left her right then and there. Like, bro, fuck is you talking about? Even if you didn't leave her when it happened, when she brought it to the world, you would have left, bro. You would have left. Or at least you put things in a way where it's like, all right, yeah, no, that did happen. But, you know, like sitting at that table, the red table talk type shit, when she cucked him right in his face and was like, how did you feel when I slept with our son's friend? I didn't feel good. Nigga, shut the fuck up. What you should have did was, you should have been like, no, I understood where you were coming from. Yeah, the Andrew Tate hands. He should have pulled the Andrew Tate hands out. I'm not gonna lie. He should have said, I understood where you were coming from because I cheated on you countless times and you forgave me. So I had to look into myself and forgive you. Nigga would have, oh, then it would have been like, boom. Okay, they cheated on each other. But no, you just got cucked, bro. You just got cucked. Let me calm down a little bit, man. Let me take off the therapist glasses, because that's what the therapist glasses be doing to me. It be making me go crazy mode.
You see, Will Smith was looked at as a guy that was somewhat like Bill Cosby, you know, very clean cut, family oriented. That was his brand. Now, once he slapped, you know, Chris Rock, that wasn't his brand anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. If he would have built his brand like that, it would have been okay. People would have been able to go ahead on and subscribe to it.
Yeah, if he was cursing in his music, be like, talk about my bitch on stage, I'm gonna slap your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? If that was in his music, that's who he was, we'd have been like, nigga, you talking shit about Will Smith, and that nigga slapped your dumb ass. But no, that wasn't even you, bro. You came out your body like crazy, bro. And then the audacity. You at the Grammys or the Golden Globes or wherever the hell y'all was, I don't even remember. And you walked up and slapped, bro? The audacity, bro. You think you own the world. You don't own the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? Meet that nigga afterward. Let that nigga catch you outside. But you over here doing the most. You think you run the world. Nigga, you don't run the world. You can't even run your shorty. She out here fucking niggas behind your back. Nigga, talk to your girl. You worry about the wrong shit. I'm sure you probably had a bad day. I'm sure Will Smith probably has a lot of bad days because Jada Pinkett Smith can't see him happy. Won't see him happy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm putting my glasses back on. I'm on demon time. I don't care.
Since he built his legacy as a clean-cut guy, it hurt his stock. Like, look at some of these comments, like on YouTube. Look at this person, Nancy. My opinion of him definitely changed after the slap heard around the world. I never thought much of Jada ever so. I used to be a Will Smith fan, but the immortality in the family, she's bad news, and his wife's antics, truly disgusting. He's the best actor in the world. He convinced us for years he was a nice guy. MC Curry, I will never watch him again in anything. And of course, most of those fans are probably non-black fans, and this is something that...
That's facts. I'll never watch him again. I ain't gonna take it that far. Like, chill the fuck. I ain't gonna ever take it that far. Yes, I'm gonna watch another Will Smith movie. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't care who was on that stage and he slapped. You know what I'm saying? He could have slapped the most beloved motherfucker in the world on that stage. I'm gonna still watch a Will Smith movie if it's good and I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna stop me from doing that. You feel me? But still, you got cucked out. But anywho.
I want to talk about when it comes to the black community and Will Smith's trajectory. If he had leaned into more of an executive producer, studio owner lane, more like Tyler Perry. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe Will Smith has projects in which he is.
Bro, I can't get over how Tyler Perry look. Why you look like that? Why do you look like that, bro? Long chin, little forehead. Boy. Let me stop.
Co-producing.
And that's not low forehead. That's a big forehead.
Executive producing. But just in case, had he been in the studio lane, he would have had more advantages. And this is what us as black Americans have to understand. Control versus dependency, okay? Now, Tyler Perry is going through his own scandal right now. And if Tyler Perry did not have his own studio, this may affect his income. It may affect brand deals. It may affect everything. But because Tyler Perry built his own studio in Atlanta, He owns his intellectual property. He owns media, he owns series, he owns films, he has distribution partnerships, and he doesn't rely on Hollywood gatekeepers. In other words, Tyler Perry has resilience. Even if the press is negative, he controls the output pipeline. We've already seen when it comes to black actors such as Jonathan Majors or Will Smith, no doubt that they're talented.
Bro, being a black man of power, your woman will be your downfall, bro. If you have the wrong woman, she will be your downfall. But that's the thing, bro. If you have the right woman, she'll pick you up. She'll help you reach them pinnacles, boy. But if you don't, at some point she will be your downfall. You know, Jonathan Majors, bro, that he was up. I was happy. Everything he was in, I was watching it. I'm like, this nigga, he's next up. He's fire. Bro, nigga trying to run away from his Caucasian girlfriend. And boom, nigga's whole life is over. What? Nigga was trying to run away the whole time. What? I know y'all saw the video. Bro is sprinting down the street away from her. And she's chasing him down the street. In what world? In what world? If he was the abusive one, why is she chasing him down the street for fucking 3 blocks? Let's be for real, bro. Nigga got set up and got his whole career ruined because he wanted to be with a Caucasian woman. You know? And Will Smith wanted to be with Jada Pinkett Smith. And I already know she's a problem because she wanted to keep her last name. No, your name should be Jada Smith. What are you doing? What are you doing? Or was that her middle name? Maybe I'm tweaking. Maybe I'm taking things too far. Maybe it's the glasses. Anywho.
But they don't own what they produce. They don't own the studio. So the moment that somebody lies on them or they make a mistake, they now fall back into the control of these gatekeepers. Don't get me wrong. He has producing credits in King Richard and Cobra Kai in the Fresh Prince reboot. But his career is more tied to traditional studios and brand partnerships. That's where he makes most of his money. He has leaned into producing, but not as much as Tyler Perry. The slap that he did disrupted those partnerships, causing delays and cancellations.
That shit still echoing to this day. You shouldn't have did that shit. All for what? For your wife that cucked you?
Out the independent distribution, he couldn't just bypass Hollywood to keep the machine moving. And this is exactly what's happening with the black community and this whole loss of leverage right now, right? So many people, for example, in the Charlie Kirk situation, are losing their jobs.
Facts.
So many people can't get income. Now, I'm not saying that it's not happening to just the blacks, but again, if the black community had more of an ecosystem in which they control more businesses and they control more of what they own, then we would be able to say what we want to say about anything and not have a fear of retribution. The same thing is happening to Will Smith. Ownership also gives you narrative control. When you own what you have, you can shape your own image and storytelling directly. You don't need critical approval. Your audience and your platforms are loyal to you. That's number one. But Will relies on the mainstream. So the slap story dominated his brand. Again, remember what the lady said. We thought he was a friendly guy. We thought he was this or that. But he didn't have a streaming network to flood the narrative with his projects on his timeline. And this is what Tyler Perry has. We all know that Tyler Perry has a situation right now. I believe his name is Derek Dixon, right? But he's not going to lose no money at all, okay? And that's because he controls the narrative with his own stuff.
What's happening with Tyler Perry and a nigga named Derek Dixon? We about to find that out right now. Stop playing with me. Tyler Perry and David Dixon. Who is Derek Dixon? All about the Oval actor. What is he suing him for? Sexual harassment, assault, and battery. 260M lawsuit. Who did Tyler Perry give $1 million to? Sheesh. Sheesh. I'm not gonna lie, you could look Tyler Perry in his face. Y'all take a moment to look Tyler Perry in his face. Take a look into them eyes. Look him in his face. I could see him playing for the other team. I could see him playing for the other team. And that's okay. If you play for the other team, just play for the other team. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he said that he played for the other team. If he did, I missed that news. But he looked like he played for the other team. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Industry. When it comes to financial cushion and return on investment, what does Tyler Perry own? He got assets, studio lots, real estate, intellectual property that keep generating revenue even if he's not in the spotlight. Will Smith's wealth is more front-facing with acting and brand deals, which took a direct hit, and that means he's not getting the money to support his lifestyle right now. If he had Perry-style ownership, those assets could have carried him while the scandal cooled. And scandals do cool. Look at Jonathan Majors. He's back acting again, okay? Now, Perry's model is built around a direct...
If he was a bad person, I feel like I would see it too, though. Like, if it comes out in the future that he's just a terrible person, like, he looks like he's a big dude that could be nice, but he also looks like a nice dude that could be pretending to be nice. You know what I mean? I'm starting to look at people a little differently after the David situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start looking at people, and you know, whatever my gut says, that's what I'm gonna start believing in these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Cause he do look like he could do some bad shit. Like, I don't know. You could be a bad person, you know what I mean? But you also could be a great person. I guess that leaves me nowhere at all, actually. Let me take off my glasses. Let me take off my thinking glasses, man. I'm thinking too much. I'm thinking too hard.
Relationship with black audiences first, then mainstream after. He doesn't need Hollywood validation. So I want to talk about this because many people in the black community always talk about ain't no money in the black community, who cares about black wealth, who cares about black America. But once you build a direct relationship with your audience first, then mainstream after, if the whites or the global audiences don't want to buy you or don't want to support you anymore, it doesn't really matter. You have a core audience. But Will Smith's career has been tied to global mainstream appeal first, family-friendly blockbusters, Disney, Academy Awards. That makes scandals more damaging because he's expected to fit the mold of a flawless leading man. Now, when you come back to the black community and you have an issue, we're more likely to support you and be like, okay, well, we can forgive that. I mean, that dude lying on him, you know, the church plays and the Medea family reunions, you know, we worried about Tyler Perry. We're gonna support him anyway, right? But that's what Will Smith doesn't have. And so even though Will Smith is more recognizable possibly than Tyler Perry, in which he is, he doesn't have the community backing him. And that's what most black people got to understand. Your core base, if you're, for the most part, let's say, for example, in business, like my YouTube channel, if I were to ever grow into like a global celebrity channel, my audience, my base is the black audience. So even if I, you know, for whatever fizzle out there, I'm always going to be able to come back here, right? And that's the beauty of how you build your stuff from black inside out, right? Instead of going outside in. And you already see a lot of people, once they catch the scandal on the outside, then they try to come back to the inside. Look at Stacey Dash. She built her career, tried to build it outside with the whites, then disparaged the blacks, and now she can't come back in. This is the difference. And now Will Smith understands that, and he's trying to get back in to the graces of the gatekeepers and trying to get money to keep his lifestyle up. But they don't want to let him back in. At least right now.
Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.